Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. The more videos on the way on period. This video is about messy church story times. Let's get into the video.
Last video was be careful when trusting a man. This story is be careful when trusting a woman. So my family grew up in this church and we've been going there for generations. And my grandma was best friends with the church lady, wife of the pastor. Now she was dying of cancer and she told my grandma, he's cheating on me and I know it. It's obvious. But she passes away, unfortunately. Who comes into the church with a new woman 2 weeks later? The pastor. And it's crazy because this is one of those kind of churches where all the women were trying to get with the pastor, and after the main lady died, they were all over him. Everybody was bringing him food, and he brought this new woman in. So all of the other church ladies didn't like her immediately because they were like, I want him, I should be with him. And it's crazy because the church secretary, she was sleeping with him. He told her that he was going to leave the wife, but he never did. And so she actually passed away, and it was of a broken heart. It was literally labeled as of a broken heart because he came in with this new lady. So she passed away, R.I.P. her. So not only did the ladies of the church not like her, but my grandma didn't like her and the pastor's kids hated her. And she was low-key, I don't want to say evil, but she wasn't a good vibe. Even me knowing her now. So this woman basically broke up him and his children's relationship, but he also tarnished it himself because why were you cheating on their dying mother? But fast forward many years later, the children barely even talk to him now. I know y'all hate this knife. If you want me to get a new knife, 7 people cash at me $1, I'll get a new knife. The pastor was a healthy man who you wouldn't expect to get sick. And so the children hated him, but they would come back on a few occasions. The last time that one of the kids actually got to see him, he said to him, if anything happens to me, it was her. But they were like, what do you mean? And he just never explained. Another one of the kids walked in one time and saw her preparing his plate. And she opened a secret compartment in the cabinet, pulled out a silver can, and sprinkled dust onto the food. And she said to her, she was like, what's that? And she was like, oh, it's just my little special ingredient. It just makes the food taste better. And she was like, okay. Fast forward many years later, gotta do a part 2. They took away the 10-minute option.
That's crazy. Let's watch the next video.
My mama used to have an affair with the pastor of our church, and when I was younger, I never could put 2 and 2 together. And when I was older, I saw him jollivanting all up and down the aisle, getting people to scream and shout with his wife and kids on the first pew. And you thinking, damn, well, that was back then, and you just not putting 2 and 2 together. Could your dad be the pastor of the church? Girl, you gonna have to read The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Deisha Phil, y'all, to find out. I know it's scandalous. It honestly reminds me of a certain Love and Hip Hop storyline, but you gonna have to read the book to find out.
That's crazy how people are being in this church. It's crazy. Alright, let's watch the next video.
So I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw this post. It said getting kicked out of church is crazy and getting your offering back is even crazier. City girls down bad. So in the picture you can see that it was a check for $500 that she gave to the offering. And the check was returned. The church then sent her a letter explaining why they returned her offering to her. The first blurb is basically expressing that they are terminating her from the church. Reason number 1 states you initiated the separation in your marriage to Josh without good cause, stating that you wanted to begin a relationship with another man. It seems you have no desire to keep your family together, and this has caused a great deal of hurt to you, your husband, your children, and many others. This is being unfaithful to the marriage vow that you took before God. They then go on to say you have continued to post many unchristian and even indecent pictures and messages on various social media sites over the past many months. You have also been very negative and critical of many of our church family. You have refused counsel or advice from your husband, your pastor, and many of your close church family who really care for you and who have tried to help you. They end the letter with saying that they still love Brooke and that they hope that God will show his will to her. They say, please let us know when this happens. This event took place in 2021, so I'm wondering if God ever showed Brooke his will. And I'm wondering if she's still with that man she left her husband for. I've never heard of a church declining an offering and kicking out a member. I thought people were there to serve God, to listen to the word of God. But people are too busy passing judgment on what Brooke decides to do in her personal life. For that matter, Brooke was no longer allowed in the church and her money was returned. I see why the church hurt be real.
If Brooke wants to be with whoever Brooke wants to be with, that's her choice. And for a church to just go ahead and, like, kick her out, that's crazy. What do y'all think about this video? You know what to do. Comment below. This is Life with Shauna Renee, and I'm out. Bye.